I'm going to do a quick exercise in here to drive this point home. Has anybody here heard of the D.I.S.C. personality study method? D.I.S.C? Okay, Martin. Okay, great. This is a quickie, and I'm going to ask you guys to stand up, so just be forewarned. If we had a chart here, D.I.S.C. would be D, I, S, and C. So what you could do, if you wanted in your papers, is draw crosshairs, which is like a scope and a gun. At the top, you would put people-oriented. No, fast-paced at the top, put that. Fast-paced or extrovert, and put slow-paced or introvert at the bottom. And it's not a values judgment at all. It's not that they're slow. People that on that side aren't slow. They just process differently than the fast-paced. And then on the right to left arms, on the right side put people, and the left side put task. So, how many people here, if given a choice to complete a task on a task list or visit with your neighbor? Here's a good example. You're mowing your lawn. Do you guys mow lawns here? What do you call it? Clipping the yard or?
Mowing the lawn.
Oh, mowing the lawn. Oh, great. Okay, cool. We can do this. This will translate. So you're mowing your lawn, and your neighbor comes over to talk to you. If you're a task-centered person, you're out there to mow the lawn. You don't want to be distracted by this person. If you're a people-centered person, I'm looking for an excuse to not mow the lawn. Hey, how's it going? You chat and you talk to them. So how many people, just raise your hands first, would err on the side of task? How many you think you want to finish mowing the lawn rather than talking? Okay? And how many people would err on the side of people? You want to stop and chat? Ooh, I'm in the right crowd. Okay. We need both. We need everybody around the circle. Because if it were just left to the people, nothing would get done. So we need task people to keep us on task doing that. Okay, now think about the top, the vertical, is this vertical? Yeah, vertical axis. Fast-paced versus slow-paced. I'm not going to ask you to out yourselves here, but there are people like me that talk at about 400 words a minute with about gusts of up to 600. These type of people, if they see a stage and a microphone, project themselves doing this. And some of you right now are thinking, oh, I could do a lot better than he's doing. This is what I would say, and this is what I would do. And then, that doesn't bother me. That used to intimidate me. But I realized that when I'm watching a surgery on TV, I think, oh, I could do that a lot better than that doctor did. Duh, no, I couldn't. I don't have the training. But people that are fast-paced people always are projecting themselves out in front. They're always thinking about what's next. What's the next thing to go do? Who's the next person we're going to meet? They're fast-paced. They're energetic. They're motivated. So some of you are like that in this room. Others of you are really glad that you're not the one standing up in front of everybody here. And that took me a long time to realize that there are a lot of people that just don't want to be in front. And we need people that are more introverted or more slow. It's not that you're not social. It's that you're the glue that holds this thing together. Because if everybody were those fast-paced people, we just splinter apart like the rockets getting blown off of or the fuel packs getting jettisoned off a rocket. It would just not last in our organizations because the people, you guys are taking the time to just feel, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Are you okay with what's going on? And you're making sure that people aren't left behind. So you've got task-centered, people-centered, fast-paced, slow-paced. These are the fast-paced task people. They're the leaders that say, we're going to do things and we're going to do it my way. How many people in here feel like they probably would stop mowing they'd keep mowing the lawn and they're fast-paced? How many would you raise your hands? Okay. We need you guys, because you guys are the ones that get jobs done. You take initiative, take charge, and you see a problem and you fill it. And you just, no holds barred, you get it done. So we need people like that. The rest of the three quadrants could see you as demanding sometimes in a negative way. If you're not, you're doers, you're good, but you can also come across a little demanding. And if you're talking to people like that, if you want to treat them like a human being, treat them well, you have to notice they're going to be talking quickly. And they're going to probably be talking about facts and figures. They don't want to hear about the kids you're saving. They want to know about the money you're spending. And how's the facts, and how are you increasing that? So the I's are the people that are fast-paced, people-centered people. So how many people would stop mowing the lawn and feel like they're fast-paced? Okay. You guys, if the D's were an exclamation point, Personality Insights does a great thing. D's exclamation point, I's are a star. because we like the gold star at school. We want to be the ones that are up front. We're kind of the clowns. We're always cracking a joke, always making sure people are having a good time. We're leaders too, but we're the ones that say, we're going to do it and we're going to have fun getting it done. We're going to have a great time. And I have to notice, if you talk to these people, they're the ones that are always saying, oh, we're going to have fun. The other 75% of the group, the other 3 parts of the puzzle, may not give a rip about having fun. But boy, we do. So we're going to talk about having fun. We're great at gathering crowds together, but we can also be seen by these other groups as being a little flaky, because we'll run in, we'll rush in where angels fear to tread. We'll just run in, do something, and then, oh, we just made a mess. Okay, so let's fix the mess. All right, we'll have fun fixing the mess now. There's finger paints all over the place. Let's wash it down and make it a game. You know people like this if you're not one, right? Okay, so this is good, but if we only, like I said, if we only had D's and I's, we totally tear up organizations. We'd have nothing sticking together. The next part of the quadrant is S's. If you want to treat, if you're a D or an I, which you usually are if you're running an organization, you need to watch out for the S's, and you need them in your organization. The S's symbol, according to Personality Insights, is a plus or minus. Sitting in a room, and an S would, you can lean over to an S and say, it's a little hot in here, isn't it? And the S would say, yeah, I can see that, yeah, it is a little hot in here, I hadn't thought of that. And then the person on the other side would say, do you feel that draft? It's kind of a little cool in here, isn't it? And the S would say, yeah, I agree with you, I can see how it's a little cool in here too. S's are great at getting just harmonizing with people and making sure everybody's there. They're really good at taking the time to get a job done. D's and I's are committed to getting jobs done, but they're not necessarily getting all the steps because they're going so fast they may miss pieces and miss points. S's are really good at not letting you do that. So you need that in your organization. If you're stewarding, if you're treating a person right in your organization, that would be slowing down and saying thank you, one-on-one, not in a big flashy way. Hey, it was really great having you here. Thanks so much for the way you treated that person when that support family came through. Thank you. I really appreciate you doing that. That would mean the world to an S. The last one on the quadrant, and it's not last for any reason, even though these are the people on the opposite side of the quadrant are the people that really, really frustrate the tar out of you. And just because I'm an I and the C's are last doesn't mean that they're bad. C's are more cautious. Their symbol would be the question mark. C's are the accountants. They're the engineers. And why we need these, they're task-centered, slow people. If you're doing a brainstorming session, you're doing the yes and, how can we get this things done, how can we raise this money? You might, and you're a C, you may not want to be in the room right then, because you're particularly good at poking holes in people's plans. And it's not malicious, but the other 3 quadrants can feel personally attacked. And that's why sometimes you get this really emotional, you ask what seems like a very logical question to yourself, and then you get this incredible emotional flare-up. And it's because what you've done, you're making sure that it's going to float, that the project's going to work, that the accounting is going to be all lined up, so when revenue comes to the tax time, the taxes are all in line, there's no loophole, there's no gaps, there's nothing, you've got the roadmap all there. Well, the other groups don't understand that. They just see that you're being incredibly nitpicky. But if you're working on a team, when it comes to implementing plans, you want those C's around. And this is why C's are really important too, is that you don't want them fixing your airplane. I mean, you do want them fixing your airplanes, you don't want I's fixing your airplane. If I screwing a bolt in the wing, and his friend comes along, hey, how's it going? What'd you do last week? Wow, we had this great time. And now that I will leave the bolt there, totally forgetting that there was a bolt to screw in there, or forget to put the fuel in the plane. You don't want those people working on your plane. You don't want those people designing your boats. You want the C's working on that. So does this make sense? I took a long time to really beat this one in, but that D.I.S.C is a really easy 4-quadrant way of treating people well.